And we're live. Hey, everyone. So glad you guys can be here. We have so many people in the chat. Thank you all so much for being excited about this. I am super excited to be hanging out with Boone today. As you can see,
thanks for having me
here in the chat. I know a lot of you guys probably are already familiar with Boone, but for those of y'all who are not, he was on Lego Masters, which is really exciting. And also, he's also from Boone Builds, his YouTube channel. So he does a lot of really cool mock stuff. I don't know if you want to introduce yourself real quick, Boone.
Sure. I'm Boone. Thank you so much for having me, and look forward to building together today. I don't know. I do all kinds of stuff. I don't get nearly as much done as I wish I did. My ideas are way greater than my executions. So, it is what it is. But I have a lot of fun at Boone Builds on YouTube, and my buddy Mark was on Lego Masters with me. We were just live streaming on Instagram last night. It's a wild life. I love Lego, and I love all the wonderful fans of Lego out there that we get to do this fun stuff with. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, of course. And before we get super into it and start building, I just want to let everyone know how this is kind of working. So we're going to do the first 2 hours on this channel. So hello, and thanks for being here. We'll go from now until 2 hours from now, whatever that means in your time zone. And then the next 2 hours after that will be on Boone's channel, and I will put that in the description. I put his channel there. I forgot to link the actual video, but we will link it in the stream later on so you can find it. And yeah, that'll be really fun. Anyways, let's get this thing open. I'm so excited. We're building the new creator set. It's the Ferris wheel, and it's a 3-in-1. We're both building the Ferris wheel because we're both really excited about the Ferris wheel. How can you blame us,
Yeah, we talked about whether we would build 2 alternate models. And I was like, we both want to build the Ferris wheel. Let's just both build the Ferris wheel. Everybody wants to see the Ferris wheel, right? We can always come back for later videos and do our own whatever we want with those alternate models.
Exactly.
Are you going to tell?
So cool.
Are you going to tell people about the mods that you were telling me about? Or is that a secret?
So right before the stream, I'm starting to pretend like I'm a mock builder as well. And I'm like, so I'm going to start all these different modifications to it. And as y'all can see on the box, there's like this giant happy circle. And it's supposed to be like the sun, but I'm going to try to make it into Mickey Mouse. Probably not on the stream, so I don't embarrass myself, but probably later on at some point. Because I want to put it in my Lego Disney World, and I just think that would be really cool. Just, I don't know, make it a little bit more Disney-ish. But yeah, I'm very excited. This will be fun.
Do we usually get 3 different booklets for them? Is that how they usually do it?
Oh, I haven't opened the books yet.
Why does this seems like strange and cool to me, but it's probably what they always do, and I just don't. Hey, Shy time.
Oh, Shy's here. Hey, Shy. Great to have you here. We got Trevor Baker in the house. Homer Simpson, what's going on? Axel Plate. Brian Anderson is here. Edward, hello. Ooh, you're building this as well tonight. That's awesome. We got the other. Oh yeah, sorry. Continue.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was cutting you off, but I'll just say the other things you could build are a little bumper car thing here, and a kind of swing ride that's supposed to look like kind of pirate ship things.
Those are pretty cool.
But we're both building the Ferris wheel today, so
yeah, we like the Ferris wheel.
Wish there was like a Ferris wheel song. Ferris wheel. Okay, so I was doing some research on Ferris wheels the other day, and I learned that the Ferris wheel was invented by a steel manufacturer in Chicago. And then it made me wonder, did they name Ferris Bueller after the Ferris wheel, or after the guy who invented the Ferris wheel? Like, is the Ferris wheel a big deal in Chicago? Because I think Ferris Bueller's Day Off takes place in Chicago. And it just made me wonder, I thought of that connection. I don't know.
Huh. You've done a lot more research on this than I have. But no, that's awesome. I don't know. I love hearing about the origins of all these different amusement sets. And I don't know, I just think it's cool. Seeing, especially the first rendition of it and just seeing how bad it is and how scary it looks to an actual Disney ride,
Yeah.
It's always so cool.
There was, strangely enough, I wasn't doing research for this video. I'm doing another virtual build camp, and the theme this year is amusement parks. And so cool. One of the days is all about Ferris wheels. And so I was researching Ferris wheels, but at the same time, you said something about like seeing that first version and like how they look scary.
Yeah.
I found some stock footage of this little fair in some, you know, remote part of the world, in a village somewhere, and these guys had built these fair rides, but they were all hand powered. So there were like 4 little cars on the Ferris wheel, and they would put kids in these things, and then the guys would just like jump up and grab and like pull the car down to like make this Ferris wheel thing go around. And the operators of these rides were having a blast, but also looking like they were risking their lives.
Yeah,
because they're sort of like hanging off these contraptions, and it was wild. I'm sorry I don't have it to show.
Oh my gosh. No, that's definitely wild. Yeah, I'm glad things aren't that way anymore. Like I don't know, like I've been on rides that like, I don't like, not Disney, not Universal, like other kind of theme parks, like, and you feel a little bit more like unsafe at those places. I feel like you could fall out, you know, like it could happen, and kind of scary. Yeah. I can't even imagine being on a ride whenever it is that you were talking about. Like I would prefer not to be on that, you know?
Right. We have a local place here nearby us called, I think it's called Oaks Amusement Park. And it is basically all of the rides there are like carnival rides, but they're just sort of set up permanently. So whenever I'm there, I always feel like, okay, yeah, this is definitely a little bit more like sketchy, because it's just like it's all these rides that are designed to be like set up and taken down and then set up again like somewhere else, just like a traveling carnival. But they're just there. They just happen to be at this particular place all the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I feel like that's more uncommon. Like, because I remember going to places like that growing up, and looking back, I'm like, wow, these were just, you know, in the back of a truck transported across the country. Like, how safe is this? You know? But
yeah.
Looking back, there's a lot of things I probably shouldn't have done. And now I'm like, that sounds terrifying. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea. So with these creator builds, I haven't done too many of those actually. And what I'm seeing for the Ferris wheel, you use parts from different bags. Are there a lot of leftover pieces after each bag? I would assume so, right? Because it's supposed to be used for multiple things.
Yeah, there will be like more leftover parts from each bag than you're probably used to with other sets, or with non-Creator 3-in-1 sets. But since we're building the biggest model, it will have the fewest like leftover extra pieces. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've always heard like these creator sets are actually a really good value just because you're getting so many sets left over. And so like I am trying to get more into MOCs. They're not great. I'm not going to be on Lego Masters, but like they're okay. And
you should give yourself more credit, because the biggest challenge to becoming a MOC builder is just like starting. So
that's
like,
actually, yeah, I think you're right.
If you're doing it, then you're already well on your way. You gotta like show something in a convention, and then you'll get the bug. You'll be like, oh man, because you'll get all this positive feedback from people walking by to see your thing, and they'll be like, oh, this is so cute, or oh, this is whatever. And then you'll be like, all right, that's it. Now I'm a MOC builder, and I will do nothing for the rest of my life.
Is that how you got into it, or like what's your origin story?
Yeah, pretty much. It was like the local lug here and the local convention are really what sucked me into the whole thing. And I met I think the thing that really caused me to take such a deep dive so quickly was I met John and Joshua Hanlon from Beyond the Brick. Do you know them?
Yeah.
I met them at like my very first convention. The very first time that I attended a convention as a builder, I met those guys, and we just kind of like geeked out about YouTube, because like, you know, they have a big YouTube channel, and I've been a fan of YouTube and kind of how things work on YouTube and a bunch of different YouTube creators since its inception, like back in 2005 or whenever it came out, 2006. And so we were just kind of geeking out about that. And then I connected with them, and they were like, they checked out my channel, and I had like hardly anything going on my channel at that time. But they liked a few of the videos I'd made, and they were like, hey, one thing we haven't been doing is set reviews. Do you want to do some set reviews for us?
Oh, so
And
cool.
I was like, absolutely, because like they had become members of the LAN, but they just spent all their time traveling around to conventions, so they hadn't really been putting any energy into doing like set reviews. Like,
Yeah.
they hadn't accepted any review offers through the LAN at that point.
Gotcha.
But then they asked me if I wanted to help, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And the very first one I did was the creator carousel that came out.
Oh, wow.
In like, that was probably 2018, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 2017. I can't remember. But anyway, so then since then it's just all gone crazy, because I just feel like it's been kind of like one thing after another. And I do owe a lot of that. I owe a lot of that to Beyond the Brick and the way I was able to participate with them for a few years, and then of course Mark going on Lego Masters with me. And anyway, all right, there you go, origin story.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw someone call it the Chronicles of Boone, and I was like, I like that, Yeah,
I told you before the stream. Oh, I'll talk to everybody on there. I was telling, do your people call you Emmasaurus, or do they call you Emily, or
both? Emily's
okay.
good. I don't know. Emily. My name's Emily.
Okay. So I was telling Emily before the live stream started that I don't feel like I want to talk all about me on her stream. So now I already feel like I've done too much of that. But you did ask me for my origin story. So.
I did ask. I mean, I think that's fair though, because I mean, a lot of Americans probably know you from Lego Masters. Like that's probably a good chunk of where they know you from. But
sure.
There's a lot of people from around the world in chat. Like right now, there's a lot of Europeans, and so they're probably like, I've seen Boone's face. I don't know Lego Masters US. Like, so I think just kind of getting them more familiar with you is a really good thing. So yeah, it's good to have an origin story. I love that.
Yeah.
So do you still do any work with Beyond the Brick at all?
I do, and it's not that I can't. It's just that it's not that I can't or don't, because I certainly do much less with Beyond the Brick than I used to. And somebody asked, like, are you still like with them or whatever?
Yeah.
And it's just that I'm, Boone Builds is now an ambassador as well. So I have to put, well, and this, how much work you have to put into like kind of doing stuff for the, responsibilities through the Lego Ambassador Network.
Yeah.
So the way I think about it is just like, they're kind of like working on their stuff, and I'm just kind of working on my stuff now. And it just requires a different level of, I don't know, now it's like before when I did work for them, it was like really just my hobby. And now all of this Lego stuff is like a full-time job. So I just don't have as much like extra, what do I say? Like bandwidth, not bandwidth, but what do you call margin? I just don't have a lot of margin for like working in stuff with Beyond the Brick. But I was just on there. They wrapped up their quarantine cast with the last episode last week, and I'm missing a piece.
Oh no, it's never a good thing. I've been good so far. Usually I think I'm missing a piece, and it's always there. I've never actually
I agree with you
yet, which is good. I've thought I had that problem. I was actually, a lot of people in chat probably remember this. We were building the corner garage modular, and we did half of the stream one day, half the second day. And when we started building the second day, we opened the bag and we were missing so many pieces. We got like 3 or 4 pages in, and we realized like this isn't working. And yeah, it turns out my husband, because we usually do the Sunday streams together, he had opened bag 4 instead of 5 or something. And Guido's like, bag 5? Yep. It was bad. Basically, he opened the wrong bag, and it was similar enough that we didn't realize it.
That's weird. That it was really similar weird. Enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. 2 stories are very similar, I guess.
I have, whenever I see people say like, oh, I'm missing this or I'm missing that, or like I got to the end of this build and I was missing 10 things, I was like, I'm always like, I've never experienced it. I've like right now, I guarantee that this piece that I can't find is just, it's somewhere here. And I probably the most likely scenario is that it was still stuck in the bag and I threw the bag into this garbage and now I'll never see it again. But oh well, I'll just pretend that, or it's like somewhere in plain sight.
What are you looking for?
Oh, it's one of these, it's one of these like rounded, like 1x1s. Hold on, I can't do this. See these rounded 1x1s.
Oh no.
And there's supposed to be 4 and I can only find 3. But oh well, I'm just gonna move on.
Alrighty. Mm-hmm. Now I'm like trying to find it on your screen. I'm like, is it there? I don't know. Yeah, I don't see it either.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, hopefully it turns up. It'll show up. It'll show up. Well, let me say hey to some people in the chat real quick. We got Angel Fireburst and Nicoletta here. Hey guys. Oh, Christian, what's going on, Christian? Welcome. Will Fargus, happy Tuesday. Slick zoom action. Oh yes, Captain Zan liked that camera zoom. She enjoyed that. Queen City Brick saying, I hate losing pieces. That's one thing that stresses me out. I now put all pieces that I use into a bin. Oh, that's smart. I don't do that. I know some people sort their pieces before they actually start building. And I'm just like, no, we're just going to make a giant mess.
Okay, I just found it. It was inside. It was inside this green half balloon piece. Oh
no. That is so weird.
Sorry.
Huh. Well, I'm glad you found it. That is good. That is good. Oh my goodness. Man. So yeah. Hello everyone. By the way, we have 105 people in chat, which is a lot of people. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us.
Woohoo!
Woo! Make sure you like the stream and please subscribe if you're new here. I really do appreciate it. And also after this stream, this will be going for about 2 hours and then we're going to move over to Boone's channel and I'll link that down below. But yeah, that'll be a blast. We'll do the first half on here, finish it up on his channel. It'll be fun.
Yeah, this, back when I first started doing YouTube stuff, everybody was talking about collabs. You got to collab. You got to do collabs. You got to, and so then when I saw that you had, when I saw you were on the LAN, I was like, you want to do a collab? And then I think you asked me like, what did you have in mind? And I was like, I guess I have no idea like what I imagined. This collab would be like
I always assume it's just going to be like a build stream, which is always really exciting. Like it's cool just getting 2 people that are similar but still really different like together and just talking about Lego, Yeah. But I assumed it was that. I just wasn't sure.
Who else have you done this with?
Swift Bricks. I've done a few different build streams with her. We've built like some Disney stuff, some Scooby stuff, so that was really fun. And then Potter Minifig Pals back in like January, I think we both built the new X-Wing and I totally messed up all of the technic on it while we were building, but it was still a good time. Like I had fun. I just pretended like it was correct when I was done, It worked out. It was good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. What about you?
I just remember like back in the day, I remember like the traditional YouTube collab was always like something where you did half the video on one person's channel and half the video on the other person's channel. And people used to like talk, like go crazy talking about how much that can impact your growth as a channel. And so I used to think about it all the time. And like, I never did it for years and years and years because I just didn't feel like I had anything to offer at that time. I was like, I don't know. But then it's like, then my channel started to really grow. And I guess I heard like less and less emphasis on like the YouTube collab. And so now it's like, I love to do build, then it's like once I dove into the Lego world, is like a build collab is like a whole different kind of thing. And that means what it means for like, doing public displays at a Lego convention or something with some friends, and you do all the prep to build, and then you show up. And anyway, so now it's like, I just feel like the word collab or collaboration on YouTube just like is a little bit more broad than it used to be. Like I feel like it used to mean something really specific. And now it's just sort of like a little bit more broad, which is, I think, is cool. And so it's like, it can be anything. So, I sort of think of like each of, anytime I have anybody on my, on my live stream is sort of like a miniature version of a collab. Right. And then, anyway, I don't know. But this, as far as like doing a build, like, I don't know if I've ever done this specific thing here where we're on like your channel and we're gonna do half the build on your channel, and then we're gonna do half the build on my channel. That I think is something that is new to me.
Yeah, I haven't done that before either. Because like usually in the past, I guess like we would do, I don't know, like with me and Swiftwix, we've both done a stream on each of our channels. So like one on mine, one on hers. And so we would kind of like switch back and forth like that. But I kind of like this too, because I don't know, with collabs, it's really nice because YouTube is a giant place. And I feel like there's a lot of content creators and there's a lot of people out there, but there's also not really that many content creators with Lego. And so it's just kind of nice showing, just more people out there that are talking about Lego on the internet,
Yeah, absolutely. And the interesting thing is like, yeah, I do think that we both have the ticket booth done.
I'm trying to keep up.
Well, you were ahead of me when I couldn't find that piece of and then this is the balloon cart.
Yeah, these are cute.
The butterfly and a little kind of poodle or something.
Yeah, I guess so. I was thinking it was like a llama, but I don't know why it would be a llama. So
it certainly could be a llama.
It could be, right? It could.
Llamas are so in right now.
Yeah, I guess they are. Yeah, we've got, I wonder if, because there's all this news about video, and I'm really wondering like if llama's still gonna go on tour. Because I actually really wanted to go see him.
Really?
I did. Because to be fair, I wouldn't like actually pay money and travel to go see llama if it wasn't in Florida. Like that's where my family's from, and so it'd be a good excuse to go see family, go see a llama concert. Hang out at Legoland with all the cool kids.
It was going to be, so the concert was going to be at Legoland in California. I mean, in Florida.
Yeah, I think so. Because they have a little concert stage there. It used to not be Legoland. It used to be like a different amusement park, Cypress Gardens, just like a small thing there. And I've seen like Raven Simone there in concert, which is kind of weird to admit. And Weird Al. And so that was really fun.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So yeah, they do concerts. They have the setup at least.
So there was a concert venue like near Legoland, and now it's part of Legoland, or before it was Legoland, it was a concert venue. I don't understand what you mean.
Before it was Legoland, it was just like kind of an old timey. It was like kind of an amusement park, but with like no rides. There was a guy there that water skied barefoot. It's like one of those places, Everyone knows. Yeah.
Yeah. One of those old timey places where a guy water skis barefoot. One of those places.
Florida, right?
That's awesome.
But yeah, I think it's just part of the park. Like I think when Legoland came in and bought it, it's like part of the park there because it's all kind of like right there. So I think it's Legoland plus mini concert stage area.
When would you suppose that happened? Like when did it become Legoland?
Oh gosh, maybe someone in chat knows. I don't know. I want to say like maybe 2008, something like that. Something around then.
All right, if you're in the chat and you know when Legoland Florida became Legoland, let us know. Also, if you don't know that, tell us what you would name a guy who water skis barefoot. come up with some fun names for barefoot water ski guy.
I think I actually do know the name, but I'm gonna wait to see what other people think
don't spoil it.
And then I'll spoil it after. Oh, it opened in 2011. Cool.
2011.
Bretsky, hey, welcome. We got Oliver in the house as well. Very cool, y'all. Very awesome. Hello, Mike.
Bretsky's here.
Bretsky.
Is Bretsky one of your moderators or a member?
He's a member. He's a member here. Yeah.
Awesome. I first met Bretsky in live chat on Brixie's channel. Bretsky is pretty active there on Brixie. And then I first met him in like a kind of Zoom meeting setting on like, it was Brixie's member something or other, like member meeting. Right. And Bretsky's super cool. That day made me want to connect more with Bretsky. Hey, Moto's in the chat. Holy smokes.
Oh, Moto. Hey, welcome.
Moto gave us that date for the. Okay, so here we go. Morgan says water skiing man, a madman. Who else? Water shoes should be his name.
Bigfoot. That's funny. We have Littlefoots and Bigfoot both in the chat. That's banana. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I'll tell you all his name, and someone just confirmed it. His name was Banana Joe, and he wore all yellow. And I actually, there was this like Facebook page. I don't know if it's still around, but it's like Humans of New York, and they just interview people on the street. And I remember seeing him on there. I was like, that's the barefoot water ski guy from what's now Legoland. That's cool. Like I just found him on the internet one day. I was like, wow, that's the guy.
And he was in New York?
I guess so. I don't know why, but he was like still dressed all in yellow. I guess that's his thing.
Amazing. Florida's
a fun place.
Moto said the barefoot blaster, and I loved that someone up here. Oh, I want to see if I can find it. Jack Showroom said barefoot water ski guy would be named Ross. Just like a name.
Oh my gosh. Oh. I wonder if Ross is in the chat. Yeah, my husband's name's also Ross. And,
okay.
Well, I wonder if he's watching.
That makes more sense.
That makes I'm like, okay. His name's Ross. Very creative. Oh, man.
I think this one's interesting that it uses the based on what I've seen, it uses these window elements, 1x4x3 window elements as kind of structural pieces, and they don't actually put any windows in them. They're just sort of there to be like scaffolding for the mechanisms.
That is kind of cool. I really feel like I should start paying attention to the build techniques, because I just build mindlessly. I just don't want to think about anything when I'm building. I build, I'm like, that's cool, and I put it down and I'm done.
It's hard to do while live streaming. It's hard to be very thoughtful about the build, because you're building, you're talking, you're running a whole technical system and trying to do it all at the same time. Anyway,
right.
Don't feel bad.
Okay, good. Phew, I was worried.
All right. About to put a rubber band on. Ooh. This is interesting. I can't quite fathom what this rubber band is gonna do.
Oh no. I always get nervous with that stuff, like the non-Lego type accessory things.
Yeah.
I just get nervous. By the way, y'all, thank you so much, Kellyanne, for the reminder. Please remember, smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more amazing content. So yeah, please leave a like on the stream. And if you're brand new here, please subscribe. I really do appreciate it.
Hey, if you're here because you watch my channel and you're checking out Emmasaurus's channel for the first time today, please hit subscribe.
Thanks.
She publishes. You publish every day, don't you?
Not lately, but almost.
Okay,
I'm going to say almost
almost.
every day. Pretty close to it. Sometimes I don't, but hey, we get busy sometimes.
I dropped a piece, so I'm going to disappear for a moment.
Oh, okay, I did too. I'm going to go find it too. I was waiting for my cue.
If somebody had joined at that very moment, do you ever do that? Do you ever like go into someone's live stream? You just like pop onto a live stream late at night. I do this, and I'll just pop onto a live stream, and I get there, and there's like nothing happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's
going on, guys?
What's going on here? And then finally, like, someone will come back and like they went to grab a water or something, and I just happened to start watching their live stream while they were out of the room.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, that definitely happens. I know I've watched like some other channels, like really big stop motion people. They'll stream sometimes, and most of the stream is just nothing because they're just focusing or like taking a water break or just, you know, moving their little stop motion stuff. It's cool to see it, but it's like it's a lot of nothing.
All right.
Oh gosh, I just got to the rubber band too.
Yeah, I'm still puzzled by. I feel like usually when I build, you know, kind of when I put a rubber band on, it's apparent like somewhere on that page, like how that rubber band is going to function. And I still don't know. I think maybe it's going to attach to this and then it'll be like kind of a lever thing.
Yeah. The rubber band, it's like kind of placed weird.
Like a spring loaded.
Yeah. We'll see. Oh man.
So what's your favorite, favorite set you've built so far this year? Can you name one?
Oh gosh, I can name two. I can't pick though. Daily Bugle. I loved that set. It's just really cool because, you know, for what it is, right? All the Marvel references, like you could tell that the designers really put a lot of love into that set. Like it's very cool. And then just knowing that it's just going to tower over all the modulars in my city that I already thought were big sets. It's just so much bigger than anything else there. So that's really cool. But second is the Elsa's Castle. And I just loved it. I thought it was really cute. All the little details, the pieces were really pretty. I don't know. What are your favorite two?
Well, I haven't actually, I honestly haven't built all that many things this year. I built the castle, the 3-in-1 creator castle. That's so cool. I'm so glad I was able to get that. And that's probably my favorite so far this year.
Oh, awesome.
I'm trying to think if there's I built the Monkey King warrior mech. Monkey King warrior mech. That's I think it's from last year, but I built it this year, and that was an incredible set. So if it counts for what we're saying because I built it this year, then I'll definitely say that one because I just think it's so cool.
Yeah, there's some Monkey Kid hype in the chat. There's quite a few people who watch my channel that are just like very into Monkey Kid, and I guess I didn't realize that there's such a big audience for it. They're really cool sets. Like they're just so detailed.
Okay, so I'm about to wrap that rubber band around. So now it is apparent to me what happens here. It makes this becomes like a spring-loaded kind of something here.
Ooh.
It's still not apparent to me how this is going to work, but it is at least engaging that rubber band to do something.
Ooh. I'm getting there. I'm almost there. All these gears. I always make sure I want to make sure I'm doing it right.
The chances that I will mess this up because I'm like talking and reading the chat and building, the chances are pretty high that I will mess this up.
Yeah, me too. I'm doing my best to not make that happen, but we will see. Pretty sure something's going to be built wrong. Ooh, okay. Okay. I think so far I've done it right. So that's good. Making sure.
Ooh, I'm already attaching the crank that I think is
really?
going to make this
wow.
wheel go around. Oh, so this must just be what drives the Ferris wheel, and it uses a wheel. I think that's going to be, this wheel is just going to drive the Ferris wheel around, and it uses a wheel up against the Ferris wheel itself, I believe. I think that's how it's going to work. We'll see.
We will see. I'm just hoping I did it right. That's my main focus right now, but I think I did. I think so. Yeah, this is cool. Digging it. Awesome.
Jonathan R mentioned Seinfeld. Are you going to get your hands on that Seinfeld set? Is that any interest to you?
Not really. I mean, I think it looks cool. There's just so many other things coming out soon that are kind of more sets that I want, like.
Yeah.
It's not really for me, I think. What about you? Are you planning on getting that one?
I don't know. I really liked that show a long time ago. I was a bit young to have watched it in its first run, but it's been around for a long time. So I've seen, I think it was actually just earlier this year that Danny's my wife, that we watched all the way through Seinfeld for the first time. And of course there are some episodes that I've seen, over and over again over the years. And, but we had never watched it all the way through, and we did that earlier this year, and it's still good. I think it holds up better than some shows. I think Friends is really starting to show its age.
Yeah.
I feel like Seinfeld looks really old, like especially the first season footage, looks so old. But I think that the humor and the situations holds up a little bit better in Seinfeld than it does in Friends.
Yeah.
But that's purely opinion. But it's not like it's something I've ever been really into, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I kind of feel with Friends. It seems a bit outdated, again, the jokes don't really hold up as well, but I don't know, the sets, I think they're cool. I think the Central Perk was better than the apartments. It's just more iconic. I don't think they had to do the apartments. I think I can understand why, with the whole reunion, but I don't know. It's not one of my favorites.
I was actually surprised when it was, and I guess it's because it was an idea set. The original Friends was an idea set, right? Or not?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I was surprised they didn't start with the the apartment. I felt like the apartment was more iconic than the coffee shop. So it's interesting for me to hear you say the opposite, which is totally just a matter of perspective, I guess.
Yeah.
What are all these extra pieces?
Oh no. Yeah, I guess with the apartments, it's just, I don't know. I feel like the coffee shop just makes a lot more fun for a Lego set. The apartments it's cool, it's recognizable, but I feel like Monica's apartment would have been a really good start, and then maybe add the other apartment, not both. If they had started that way. But the coffee shop, I just think it's more fun, I think. That's my opinion.
I think that makes a lot of sense. From hindsight, I think in hindsight, it makes perfect sense that they did it the way they did it. I just remember thinking back to when they released Friends. I was like, oh man, they should have done. It seems like they should have done the apartments. But I think you're right that the way it panned out was if they could only do one, the coffee shop makes more sense. Yeah,
I think so, because I don't think they were planning on doing it long term, having more sets after that. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm glad they did. I think they're cool. They're just,
so did you end up getting those, or?
I did. Yeah, I got those when they came out, and I thought the line at the release, on release, they would be a lot more hectic, because apparently there was a lot of hype around Central Perk when that came out. and there wasn't really as much of that happening for the apartments, but
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of weird.
So do you have Central Perk?
I do, and
Okay.
I've actually seen people do modular versions of them where there's like ways to combine both of those into just a modular building, and I feel like I would enjoy it a lot more if it were just kind of redone into something I can still appreciate from friends, but that I can also display a little bit easier.
Yeah. So speaking of modulars and display, how's your city coming?
Oh gosh. It's coming. So it looks like we've done nothing because a lot of it's just been redoing it. Essentially, like for all of our modulars, we're trying to convert it over to mills, and it's not hard. It just takes forever because you're going through and making sure all the little details, because of course the modulars have so much detail. You're trying to make sure it's all there and it's all correct, and
yeah,
but it's looking really cool. Like we've done some cool stuff with the roads that make it a little bit different, you know, because it's so easy to make everyone's city look exactly the same, like same modular sets, same roads, you know.
Right.
So we're trying to stand out a little bit.
I want to do a city. For years and years, I did not care about trying to do a city for exactly the reason you just said, is that it seems like everybody's city kind of just looks the same.
Yeah.
But I recently, just like maybe a month or two ago, got an idea about how I would make my city look if I were to start a city. And now I'm kind of craving the time and space to be able to do it, and it's just not right now. Like I don't have the I was talking about margin earlier. I don't have the margin in my life and schedule to start building. And really what I mean by that is start cleaning up this place so that there's room for a city. But I'm really in love with the idea that I have. So I hope it happens soon.
Yeah. I mean, it's something really fun, like, and especially since you're so into MOCs, you could make it just like a completely original city too.
Yeah, I hope it happens.
Right.
So we've got the third minifigure of this set right here, and it looks like the blue and white striped shirt with the red bow tie and the lime green pants is sort of the uniform of wherever we are here, because we've got a couple of different people here with these uniforms on.
They're cute. I like that. It's very carnival. Very good. I can't find her head though.
Does your city have a name?
Yes. So it's kind of like a two-part thing, but I want to find a better name for Disney World. Just because it's like I want it to be my own name, but I just don't know yet. But the downtown area is the city of Ladybug because our dog's name is Ladybird. And we love our dog. So Ladybird just seems like a really fun name. We're kind of obsessed with our dog here. So that's kind of how that happened. It's cool. It's cool.
Ladybug. I like it.
It's cute.
Is your city set in like the present day, or is it some other time period?
I mean, I would say a lot of it is mostly present day. Some of it's more timeless, like because some of the buildings, the modulars are a little bit kind of like old school looking. Yeah. You know, it's not like a very modern looking building, but yeah, it's pretty much present day. I haven't done anything super themed with it. I think that'd be kind of cool though, is have, you know, little like medieval area or something. But,
oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet though. Let's see.
Brick and Brood says, I'm on a lunch break. It's a pleasure to see everyone here.
Oh, hey, Brick and Brood. Welcome. Did you have a second bag for bag 2?
Yeah, it's small. It's it's got the minifig pieces in it.
Oh, okay. Okay. That would explain that.
It's like there's a tiny bag 3 and then like a normal bag 3.
Yeah.
I think. And it's the same thing with 2. There's a tiny bag 2 and a normal bag 2.
Oh, there it is. I was like, where is it? I didn't see it. It was like hidden in the darkness. It's all good. We're good. I was kind of stressing a little bit. There we go.
I think I might need to slow down. I don't know that. I'm kind of looking at the pieces. Well, I don't know. I probably should not slow down. I was just looking at the pieces and thinking, like, we're less than an hour into this stream. And if we're going to go for 2 hours, but we're going to stop in about an hour, right? And take like a 15-minute break. Is that what you said?
Yeah, stop. Yeah, about 15 minutes before
Cool.
the next stream. Just take a little chill pill.
Sweet.
Be able to, just set up the tech stuff on your side. Make sure everything's going. Just give us a little bit of time, I think.
Absolutely. Did you eat lunch before we started? I
did. I did.
I'm gonna need some portion of that 15 minutes to grab a bite to eat, because
you got it. Don't worry.
It'll be like right in the middle of my day.
We can make that happen. Don't worry. Yeah, I always eat before streams just because that's kind of like a thing on my channel too, is whenever I'm streaming, I usually stop when I'm hungry or to build's done, like whichever one comes first.
Yeah.
So if I get food first, at least it gives me more motivation to just keep working on the build. Yeah,
actually, I have said often, like, I'll end a stream because like my family's having dinner or something like that. I'll be like, it's time for me to go eat. And I think once or twice somebody has said, like, you always end your stream like to go eat. I'm like, well,
I'm hungry.
I gotta eat.
Well, oh yeah. So Trevor Baker saying, I see Bowser's airship made it to a prime location on the shelf. I actually just built that yesterday. Bowser's airship back there. I found it at Walmart, and I thought that was really cool. I like the Mario line. It looks like a really cool. It's pretty neat. I don't know. I know there's like a lot of mixed opinions on the Mario line. I'm curious, like, what do you think of it? Do you have any of it?
Well, so I really love Carl Merriam. He's one of the designers over on the Mario line. And so I'm really biased because all I think about is like how much I like that guy and the fact that he designed, he'll be like, I designed that. He actually was one of the, I think Carl was the lead designer on the airship.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. I mean, it's definitely different. It's not, the mode of play that they're trying to achieve with Mario is not really a need that I, kind of have personally. Yeah.
Totally.
So they're just not, I'm not out there like picking up a bunch of Mario sets, but totally. I do think it's pretty cool that they're pushing the technology with Lego in a number of different directions, right? And seeing what they're doing with Mario and that smart figure, it's just, I don't know. I think it's at least interesting from like a technology standpoint.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they seem to be I can't tell. I wonder if they're selling well. Do you think they're selling well?
It's interesting because I feel like the people I talk to in the Lego community don't like them. Like most people I talk to, they're like, they're cool, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
And so it makes me think maybe they're not marketed as much towards Lego fans. It's more for maybe Nintendo fans or like a new audience to try to get them more into Lego.
Yeah, I just think they're like, squarely marketed toward kids that like Nintendo stuff and want to like have a different play experience with Lego.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Or like, because there's some Nintendo fans out there that just, they love Nintendo. Like whatever it is, they'll like buy these things from Nintendo. Which is cool. It's like another just way to collect stuff. But I think part of it's to kind of appeal to them as well. And I think it works.
So is Mamasaurus your mom?
That's my mom. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she actually, I remember it was in your Bricktorious when I was on. She was watching and she was, I think, like the second place person.
Oh, yes. Yes. I remember.
And I was like, my mom doesn't even know anything about Lego. Like she has the flowers and the piano and now the typewriter. And that's it. Like she didn't grow up with Lego. I was like, how did she place second on this Lego trivia? Like I didn't even know the answers. And I guess she was guessing for a lot of it. And I'm like, wow. It's really good guessing. Pretty good.
Yeah, my let's see. I had something I was going to say about that. I do remember that. Oh, so this last week on Victorious, we had Randall and Sarita from Lego Masters Season 2.
Yeah.
And we did this game called Virtual Great Ball Contraption. And it was our first time ever doing Virtual Great Ball Contraption. And Randall's mom won.
Oh my gosh.
Like Randall's mom was in the live chat and she won. So she got to, well, I haven't sent it yet, but she gets to have the mystery minifigure in that episode. I got to reach out to Randall and say like, hey, where's your mom live?
Right. So with Lego Masters Season 2 being on now, are you watching it every week? Like, what's that experience for you? Because you were on Season 1, you know, like, is that something you like to watch? I
am watching it. You know, I feel like if I had never been on, it's probably a show I would have enjoyed watching.
Yeah.
My kids like it. Danny and I like watching it. I just dropped another piece. Hold on.
Oh no.
I don't know what it was, so I want to take a moment to see if I can find it.
Okay. Yeah, sure thing.
I heard it. It went in the box.
There you go.
It was one of those leaves, one of those little 3-leaf.
Oh
pieces.
yeah.
So yeah, so we're enjoying it. It's a little bit strange to be watching it and like not know all of the background, you know, because when we were on, we knew everything that happened around what you see on TV, right?
Yeah.
And and so when we were watching our season, I was supposed to be building 4 of these, darn it.
Oh no.
When we were watching our season, when you get to these big long pieces, are you there?
I'm not there yet.
Oh, you're about to.
I'm almost there. Yeah, I'm like a page away.
So when we were watching our season, anyway, when you get there, you got to build 4 of them.
Okay, thanks.
When we were watching our season, you know, we knew all of this like background info, you know, info from around what you're seeing on, you know, the little things that don't make it to the final edit of the show. And so it was sort of subconscious that that's the way I was experiencing season 1, right?
Yeah.
Like it didn't even occur to me until season 2 starts playing and I've got like this empty, it's like my experience of watching season 1, like I know that there are these other things out there that were part of this experience from the folks on season 2, but it's just empty, right? Like I don't know what those things are. So that's been strange, but fine and good. And I've had such a blast watching my buddy Moto, who's in the chat right now, and watching Jen and Susan I knew before. It's been fun to watch them. And who else did I know before? I kind of knew Zach from Zach and Wayne's team.
Yeah.
I knew him a little bit. I knew Mark Erickson a little bit, but we had never met face to face. We just kind of knew each other like online.
Awesome. Oh yeah, someone's talking about spoilers for season 2. No spoilers, don't worry. No spoilers.
Oh yeah, I hope I haven't given any spoilers.
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Other than talking about people that were on the show, but
yeah, I think that's fair game. Lego announced that. But yeah, that's just such a different experience. I feel like I don't know. Just I feel like that must be so strange knowing all of these things that happen, and kind of feeling like you're kind of in control watching too. Like you know exactly, you probably knew who won and everything. Like while you're watching it, you're like, oh yeah, that drama that happened right there, that was just like a little 2-second thing that they made into this huge event, and just to make it more like reality TV.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff like that, and so sometimes we'll recognize that stuff in season 2 and be like, oh, that probably wasn't as big a deal as like it is in this moment, or maybe it just like happened differently, or like that's exactly how it happened, or whatever, But
definitely, yeah. I know, like me and my. Oh, sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
Oh, like when me and my husband we watch it every Tuesday when it's out. Like we love Lego Masters. It's so much fun. But we get so into the drama, but we know full well that it's just like everyone's so nice. And we always talk like, these are all like best friends. Like they probably, most of them knew each other beforehand. Like the Lego community is great. The producers are trying their best, just make drama, and like knowing that, but also seeing like this little drama here or there. It's just, I don't know. It feels very forced. Like Will Arnett's like, hey, go yell at that team. And they're like, hey, other team, you copied us. And it's like,
yeah, in that way, it's just sort of like silly, but it's almost like they're, I don't know. I feel like on season 2, they're embracing like the, let's just ham this up a little bit, like let's admit that it's silly, is kind of the way it comes across to me, which in some ways to me feels more genuine, but
I think so. It's like, it's Lego, so it's very serious to a lot of people, but it's also, it's fun. It's a reality show about Lego. It doesn't need to be that serious, that dramatic all the time.
Okay, I'm engaging these side like strut pieces.
Ooh.
And
that's cool.
This is how it goes. Somebody up there in the chat asked about the Star Wars. Trevor Baker said, was wondering if Boone knows if the Star Wars costumes, props were screen used that appeared on season 1. If they were screen used, like C-3PO and R2-D2 and BB-8, they were from a galaxy far, far away. They were not props. They were real characters. They warped to the Lego Masters set from Tatooine or wherever they were before that.
Yeah, is that what happened?
That's what happened.
Yeah.
They beamed up or something. I don't even think they have that technology in the Star Wars universe, but somehow they made it work. I do know that, how do I say this without breaking the magic? The person who I'm gonna leave that a mystery. Sorry. I was gonna expand on that, but I'm not going to, because I think I don't want to mess up the magic of that episode. But C-3PO said some really lovely things to me and Mark, and that was sincerely I'd say a highlight of my life, was getting to talk to C-3PO and have him tell me some kind things.
Oh, I love that. So what was it like when the guests came on the show? How long were they there? Like, did some of them just show up for like 2 hours and then go off and do whatever else they were doing, or were they there the whole time?
It really varied. Like on our episode, Terry Crews, it seemed like Terry Crews was there like all day. And maybe he probably wasn't literally there all day, but he was there for a lot of the day. And it was so much fun getting to kind of like, geek out about Lego with him.
Yeah.
Some of the other folks that came by were there very briefly. Some folks were there for like a while, but I'd say Terry Crews is probably the one that spent the most time with us of all the folks that showed up.
That's so cool, though. I don't know. it's nice that they, show up for it and interact with you guys, even if they aren't maybe the biggest Lego fans. But I feel like most of them that showed up to the show had to have been big into Lego.
Well, yeah. I mean, so there was Mayim Bialik, and then the directors of the Lego movie, and Terry Crews, and what's her name from Nailed It?
Oh yeah.
Byers.
Is it Nicole?
Nicole, yeah, Nicole Byer or Byers.
She's so funny.
And of course, the directors of the Lego movie were huge Lego fans. And Terry Crews was a big Lego fan. He's like, I actually, before we went on the show, we were trying to speculate. Even when we flew down, we did not know who was going to be the host of the show until after we got off the plane. They had announced it that day.
Oh, wow.
But we were like on our way on season 1. We were on our way down to shoot without knowing who the host was going to be. And I was speculating that it was going to be Terry Crews because I had seen him recently post like a big UCS TIE fighter that he had built.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think Terry Crews might just be like at the level of celebrity that they might have on this show. And then we were blown away when we got to the studio and people were showing around some sort of article from somewhere that it had been announced that it was Will Arnett. But.
Oh, that's so cool. Real quick, let me thank Bretsky for the super chat. Thank you so much. Got to take the dog out, but I'll be back for part 2. Awesome.
Thank you, Bretsky.
Yeah, for hanging out with us. And yeah, we'll see you on Boots channel in a bit. And yeah, real quick, I just want to say hey to everyone who's just joining. If you haven't liked the stream yet, please consider doing so and subscribe. Also, we're doing part 1 on my channel and then moving over to Boone's channel for part 2. So yeah, when we do wrap this up in, oh gosh, about 45 minutes on this channel, I'll link that for you guys to come find us over there. And yeah, Boone's channel is down in the description. So if you aren't subscribed to him, make sure to do that. He puts out some really cool stuff. He does a bunch of awesome MOCs and he also streams every Tuesday. So I know a lot of you guys who are here probably enjoy live streams. So go subscribe.
Thursday. My every week stream is Thursday.
Did I not say that right?
I thought you said Tuesday, but it's not.
It's Thursday. Sorry.
I just thought I'd put that in there. This sign is so fun.
Isn't that
But it's actually a really great little way they built this together to look like a cloud. All right, I got to show something I just built yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe I took it apart. Where did I put it? Oh.
Oh, that's cool. Terry Crews made a nice Lego/life quote on his Instagram. Yeah, it's cool seeing how many people that like are celebrities, very top tier celebrities, they just love Lego. Like I just love that. It's so cool.
Yeah. So this is a sign I was working on yesterday, and I took off some of the details from it, but I was just kind of trying to work out some lettering for a little pirate build that I dream of starting one day. But my favorite thing about this is the sword that crosses the T. Anyway.
Oh, that's clever. I love that. Man, yeah, lettering, I feel like when it's done right, it's so cool, but it's so easy to not do it right. And that's usually what I end up doing is it doesn't actually look like the words I'm trying to spell. But I don't know. I just love that pirate sign. I think that's so cool.
Thank you. And stop being so hard on yourself. Just try and try again if you need to.
Exactly. I have started playing with MOCs a little bit more. I've built actually I have a question for you. I wanted to ask.
Oh, okay.
MOC professional here. So I started building MOCs and it's like this house, right? So, a bunch of 1 by whatever bricks.
Uh-huh.
When I'm building MOCs, obviously I'm still new at this and I don't have just a bunch of extra pieces, but I can make it look really good on the outside. But when I don't have the right pieces, I'll just use whatever to make it work. And there's just a whole inside of it's just stuff sticking out. It looks terrible. Like the walls are weird. But on the outside, it looks so good. Like, do you ever experience that? Like when you need, I don't know, like a 1x2 brick and you only have like 2 1x3s, you just like stick them inside or anything like that?
Yeah, I totally know what you're talking about. And when I don't when I'm not concerned about what the inside looks like, I don't worry about that stuff at all.
That's good to know.
And then I think if it was the kind of thing where you wanted to come back someday and make it more like the way you want it to be on the inside, then you can you can find the parts you need eventually, and come back and redo it if it's worth it to you. But I almost always consider what is the function of this thing, and the function to me informs the form, right? So if you've got a building that only needs to look good from the outside because that's the purpose it serves in your whatever you're doing, then that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody's gonna know, right? So
I needed to hear that. Thank you.
Who's gonna get after you? Yeah, and you can always the another piece of that is I don't know how I decide what to keep and what to save, because some things, some of the coolest things I've built, I took apart to build other stuff, and some things that I've just had sitting around for years are just still sitting around because I haven't been compelled to take them apart.
Yeah.
But I think, just kind of an extension of that same conversation is everything about Lego can be indefinitely flexible, right? If you build it one way and then it sits around for a while, and let's say maybe it's part of your city for a while, and then you decide you just don't like it anymore and you want to take it apart and build something else, that's totally fine, because you can still use all those pieces. It's even destroying something is not destroying those pieces' potential to become something new, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. And I think even the things we take apart, even the things we built and take apart, served a really great purpose in our kind of hobby, by giving us an opportunity to practice and explore different ideas. I hope that didn't get too
No, totally.
I don't know.
I really needed to hear that, because I'm the inside of this, should I be worried about this? Do the pros do this? And I'm okay, good. It's everybody. Got it. Good.
Yeah. And the other thing is, people talk about illegal. I was totally trolling someone on AFOLs of Facebook a week ago. They said something about they found an illegal connection or an illegal build technique in the big Ghostbusters Ecto one that came out last year.
Yeah.
And my response was, so the lead designer on that was Mike Psyche, and his boss is Jamie Berard. Oh, fun.
Sorry.
I think it's hilarious that the N is just basically the U upside down.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's inverted too, but
yeah, that is fun.
And so my comment was, yeah, this is actually really illegal. Mike Psyche did 6 months in a Danish prison for this, and Jamie Berard is still on administrative probation for aiding and abetting and it's the thing is, in all reality, there are no police, right? There's nobody out there policing whether or not you've done the right thing in your Lego build. Now, I guess it could be argued that people might have some haters that just want to clown on whatever they've built for personal opinion reasons. But if you build it you like it in the moment, then that is good enough for you. All right, I'm getting off my soapbox.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, I feel like whenever my husband builds anything, I'm like, wow, that's so good. Like, you did such a good job with this. The build technique's so cool. And then whenever I build something, he's like, wow, that was awesome. And I don't know. I feel like we're just both each other's, or I am my own worst critic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is certainly an element of that. Oh, I get to build a garbage can.
Ooh.
You got to have a garbage can at the Ferris wheel.
This is actually a really fun set so far. I saw someone in chat earlier asking how we're liking the build. What do you think of it so far?
Okay, wait a second. They're asking how we like this build.
Yeah.
I am enjoying it so far. I feel like there's been a few nice little techniques, particularly that fun sign was really great. I look forward to figuring out how this mechanism works.
Yeah.
I like what they did with the railing. I just built this railing on the side of the stairs, and it's just like incredibly simple, but like really, really effective.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Those bars and clips. So yeah. Somebody up here said, Trevor Baker said, so Boone's review of the Technic Lamborghini is what pushed me into buying it. Would you still stand by all of your reviews now? Would I still stand by all of my past reviews? Well, I have never really been interested in, telling people what they should buy, because I don't make my decisions about what to buy based on that. I use product reviews as a, like sometimes to like tip me over the edge. So like if I already want a thing, but I just have like one concern about it, or like I'm just not 100% sure, then like a product review can like, tip me over the edge. So it sounds like perhaps that's what happened in your case, Trevor, because this is technically Lamborghini is what pushed me into buying it. Because I mean, I don't know. I digress. Yes, I would stand by my reviews, but I also don't think of any of the product reviews I've done. I don't really think of them as reviews because, I don't know. I think what people, or at least I don't think about them in reviews in the sense that like what I say about a thing should make or break whether or not you buy it, because I just don't necessarily believe I should have that kind of impact on your personal preferences. But anyway, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
Emily, sorry. Speaking of that, you didn't get to share what you're thinking of this set so far.
Oh, it's cool. Actually, it's fun.
Oh. We're gonna milk that one for all it's worth.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. I don't know. I always get nervous with the gears because either they work or they don't, and I always just get a little nervous that it's not going to work. But so far, I've nailed it, so that's good. I don't know. I think it's just really fun. The colors are cool, so yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Cool.
I always have a lot more fun with builds when it's just like really bright and colorful. It definitely helps.
Okay, I am about to open bag 3, and it looks like bag 3 is going to be the actual wheel.
Ooh.
And thinking about this, I think my brain has started to understand how this gear part is going to work. Because this is like a big circle, but not quite. It's sort of like, how many sizes is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. So what would you call a 16 shape that has 16 sides?
I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that. But anyway, it's like it's enough sides that it sort of looks like a circle, but it's actually like a polygram with 16 sides. So the thing that drives it around has to be able to like be variable in its height as those sort of straight sides come around it. So I think that's why we put that rubber band in there, because then this little rubber wheel is just going to kind of ride around that polygram. Is that the right word? Is polygram a word?
Sure.
Polygram's a word, right? Polygon.
Yeah.
Polygon.
I know that one's a word. Not sure about the other one.
Math is a really cool thing. All right, bag 3. I think we're done with minifigures. Do we get 3 with this set?
1, 2, 3. I see 4, 5.
Oh, okay, good. We've got more coming.
Yeah, that's always fun.
All right.
And minifigs are pretty cute. I like them.
I don't think we get any more in. We don't get any in bag 3. A hexadecagon is a 16-sided polygon Boone. So, Captain Jan, is it Jan Zan? How do you say that, Captain Zan?
I always say Zan.
Captain Zan says a hexadecagon. Okay, yeah. So hexa would be 6 and deca would be 10. That makes sense. Hexadecagon is a 16-sided polygon. Sweet.
Cool.
Thanks, Captain Zan.
Awesome. Math. Good.
Kellyanne Gould says, at Captain Zan, I agree.
Good.
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 Getting all the math facts.
I guess that's better than like disagreeing and then there's some sort of like math war in the chat. That's not right. It's not the right word for it. I'm glad we're all in agreement. Oops. Yeah, this is cool.
Math war. Oh, so I was talking about Mike Psyche earlier, the designer of the what did I say? The Ecto one, and he is like really into math.
Oh yeah.
So like all the Lego math. Apparently he just like has like all the Lego math up in his head.
Oh wow.
And it showed in that. Did you build that? Did you build the Ecto one from last year?
No, I didn't. No.
It shows in that build because there is just some wild geometry that he uses to achieve some of those shapes.
Hey Boone, you had like a bunch of plates left over, right? Like a bunch of these guys. No?
No.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, I think they go on the undersides of your strut pieces.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Should be like three thick, and you probably have 2 thick.
Yep. I was really hoping you'd say yes, this is correct. And now I'm
yeah.
Like,
they're all supposed to be left over.
Yeah. This was perfect. I totally did it right. First try. Good.
Do you ever see that? Do you ever see an instance where you're supposed to save some pieces from one bag over to the next bag?
I feel like I've seen it like once or twice to the point where it's like, this shouldn't be happening. This is weird.
Right.
So
yeah, I feel like I've experienced that, but it's sort of like that thing you were saying at the beginning where like you never really have a missing piece.
Yeah.
And it just made me wonder like, oh, I've done something wrong.
Oh no.
It just makes me wonder like does that ever happen? I put one too many round plates on this little assembly here.
Oh no.
Oh, Shy's leaving. See you, Shy.
Oh, see you later, Shy.
What is that? Kelly Jones says Boone assuming Emily bought the Ecto one. Oh, whatever.
That's fine. Most extra plates of any set ever. Yeah. Oops. It's an easy fix. I was hoping, I don't know, it would have been even worse if it was like supposed to be underneath the whole structure. That would have been annoying. Redo all of it.
Emily, have you ever had a Lego set like, have you ever heard like the announcements of a new Lego set coming and just be like really excited?
Oh gosh. I mean, let's see. I'm trying to think of like the most recent one. Like it's hard because the sets that I'm most excited for are either retired. So like I love the Scooby line and it's gone. And then there's also just like the Disney sets, but like the Disney D2C, like the really big builds. I love that stuff. And we only get like one a year max. And so that's kind of unfortunate. Like, but I mean, yeah, definitely. I definitely do get excited about new sets. Like, I don't know. I'm excited. I don't know. There's like rumor about a Peach's Castle for the new like Nintendo D2C. And I just like, I lost my mind. Like that just sounds so cool. And I don't even know what it looks like, but I'm like, I can't wait. So it's usually like the big sets like that I just get really excited for.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Or anything
like Batman stuff and Ghostbusters stuff. Like those were like my loves as a child. I was just like way into Batman and way into Ghostbusters. And so when they announced that they were going to do that 1989 Batmobile, and they did that, I think in 2019 that was released. So that was a really big one for me. And then they did the Batwing a year later. That one was big. And that Ecto one that you didn't build, but I did, and it was amazing.
Man. Yeah, I was never really into Ghostbusters. I think that's like a little bit before my time.
Sure.
But I don't know. It's really like most of the vehicles I don't really care too much for. Like I think they're cool, like the new Volkswagen. I think that was awesome. But I don't know, it's one of those things like I don't need it. I think it'd be cool. It looks fun, but I don't need it. Are there any new Star Wars sets you're excited about coming up soon?
I don't know if I've seen any that I'm really excited about. I only collect Boba Fett stuff.
Okay.
And I've toyed around with maybe extending that to Dingerin stuff. So maybe I need to get my hand on the Razor Crest. I don't know if it's even still available.
I think it is, yeah.
And it was hard to find for a while, but maybe it's just now would be now might be the best time for me to try to get that. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to expand my Star Wars collection, because years and years and years ago, I kind of made a commitment to myself that I just wasn't going to try to collect all the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I only do Boba Fett. I do Boba Fett and his ship. So I have the helmet and I have the construction figure, and I would love to have the there was like a Comic-Con exclusive Brickhead, I think.
Oh, cool.
But as far as new stuff, I have not seen anything that makes me go like, oh my gosh, gotta have it. Now, yeah. I will say I saw some, I think they've announced the what is it, the clone era like drop ship, right? The UCS, that's the next UCS that's coming.
Yeah, the gunship.
Yeah, the gunship, that's it. And I saw some speculation around like what might be coming next from UCS. And forever I have said that the UCS ship that I would really like for Star Wars that we haven't had yet is a pod racer. I would love a UCS pod racer. And so I've seen some rumblings that perhaps that'll be the next one, but who knows? That could be total, people making stuff up. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't heard that rumor, but that'd be kind of neat. Like that's something I would have never thought of them making. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. And
that's obviously like from like what is widely regarded as like the worst Star Wars movie. I think most, like pretty much most people would say that Episode 1 is like the worst Star Wars, but I just think the pod racers are so dang
that was
unique.
Cool.
You know, it's like they make perfect sense in the Star Wars world, but they were like so original when they came out. It bums me out that the pod racers are from like the worst movie.
Right.
Okay, I need 8 of those. And 8 of these. Speaking of Star Wars, we've got some click hinges in the rim of this Ferris wheel. And those click hinges were first developed for Star Wars in 1999.
Oh, very cool.
It's what made the X-wing wings kind of like ratchet up and down and stay in position. Because before that, there weren't really any hinges. Lego didn't really have hinges before that would like stay in one position. Especially over time, they'd get worn out.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Yeah, I know that's when my husband pretty much got into Lego, was like late 90s for that whole wave of like Star Wars. He was into Bionicle, Rock Raiders, and that kind of stuff. Were you always into Lego? Like as a kid, did you have a bunch of Lego sets?
Yeah, I did. I had a lot when I was a kid. My first Lego set was like one of those old Shell stations.
Oh yeah,
a gas station. And then when I was pretty young, the Black Seas Barracuda, which is like the first like awesome huge pirate ship, that came out when I was a kid, and I got that, and I still have it, and I'm just so pleased that I still have the one I had when I was a kid.
That's so cool.
And I found like this is the cover of the box. The set is sitting right up here, and this is the cover of the box. And for some reason, like I guess when I was a kid, we didn't feel the need to save the box, but I thought that like the box was so big, and I thought the cover looked so cool that I guess I cut the cover off the box and put it up on my wall as a poster.
That's awesome. I love that.
So that survived, and I'm really pleased that I still have it. My folks never got rid of that stuff. It was nice of them.
Yeah.
They bought it all. I'm sure.
Oh man, my husband Ross just showed up, Mr. Saurus, to state his opinions on Star Wars. I knew he was joking. He's like, 1's not the worst, 9's the worst. I love how like whenever Star Wars.
Oh, okay, that's
like,
fine.
He's just like, I'm here now.
I'm happy to say that 1's not the worst. I just feel like it seems like a lot of people think it is. The music is so good. All right, so you think 9 is the worst? Okay. I don't know if I agree with you, but I think I can support your opinion.
That's good. We're keeping it civil. That's good. Whew. Nate, welcome.
Because at any moment he could be like, hey, dude, why don't you get off my wife's YouTube channel? And I'd be like, okay, bye everyone. I'm not saying that he has creative control over your YouTube channel, but I would say he could come intimidate me if he wanted to.
Got it. Yeah, it is kind of fun, like running the channel with him, because I mean I would say like 99% me, right? But like obviously Lego's a part of both of our lives, and I'll be talking like, I'm thinking about making this video. What do you think? Like, is there any background info from like 10, 20 years ago that might be useful? Because I am like very relatively new to Lego. Like really I got into it like, I want to say really into it probably like late 2019.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of stuff that I just like wasn't really around for with Lego.
And this channel was originally Ross's channel like years ago, right?
Yeah, this channel's like 13 years old. And he used to do Lego stop motion. I actually just added like a playlist because I was just going through the old videos. And I called it like Emmasaurus Classic. Just adding all of Ross's like really old Star Wars stop motion stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool stuff. It's just, it's old.
And when you added them, did you like re-upload them or?
Oh, they were always on here.
Yeah, okay.
It still bothers me because like if I sort my videos by like most viewed, it's like all of his stuff and then me. And I'm like, no, maybe one day. But
I had a similar experience with just before my channel was like completely devoted to Lego. You know what I mean? I had kind of a more generic, not generic, but more general like toy interest channel.
Yeah.
And there was certainly Lego stuff on there from time to time, but all of my biggest videos were Buzz Lightyear videos.
Cool.
And I finally decided to make them all unlisted. Like I want to say it was almost a year ago. I think it was like last September. I unlisted all my old biggest videos.
Oh wow.
And my channel took like a huge hit in views, but I didn't want to keep picking up new subscribers that were subscribing for things that I'm not doing anymore.
Yeah.
So I took all those old videos down. Maybe I could bring them back up someday. I don't know. I can't decide, but
yeah, I guess that is hard. Like when you do kind of shift your content, it's like, do you make a new channel? Do you keep it? Because like even with Ross, we kind of thought about that too. And we, just started uploading on his old channel because it's still Lego. And It was also like 10 years ago. So most of the people weren't around. And we found a few that actually still have their same YouTube account, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, people that were around kind of unsubscribed because like they didn't sign up for this. They signed up for, Star Wars stop motion stuff. But
yeah. So why did he stop doing that stuff?
He went to college and didn't have money or space. So yeah, he did most of it like when he was back in high school, just like in his room. He would just spend like hours in his room, just like moving around his little minifigures, making stop motion. And like it got, pretty, I'd say like pretty big on YouTube. Like a decent number of views. And he didn't even tell me about any of it until I think we were engaged or married. And I was like, oh, you have a YouTube channel. That's cool. Like, neat. Because, it had just been so long since he had really thought about it.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Like, our 1 year of, I guess, like, re-uploading, like, since the reboot is coming up soon. And so I'm thinking about just, like, going through and doing, like, reactions to the old videos that he did or, have that be part of it. I want to do, like, some sort of, like, 1 year special. But I don't know what that should be yet. We'll see.
Well, that's cool.
Oops.
All right. I am very, very close to putting the rim around the hub.
Ooh.
For the first side of my Ferris wheel.
That is exciting.
I always wanted the last creator Ferris wheel that came out, and I think that was like 2015 or 2017 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I kind of still wish I had it, but I'm really glad this one came along because it's like, to me, it's like almost as cool and it's smaller, so it doesn't take up as much room. Which I think is great.
We have the big one in our city, and I'm really debating what to do, like whether to switch it, and just take out that one, add this one, have both. I don't know. It just takes up so much room. It's hard. Like I wish that we had only had this one because I think between the two, it would have been a pretty easy choice.
Yeah. Does the other one just seem too big?
It's really big. It is, and like it's cool, but it's just such a big set. Like that takes up, oh gosh, at least like with the Lego City, it just has a giant footprint, like half a table or so. It's like I could fit so much more there if I didn't have that one.
Yeah.
But it's still really cool. So it's hard. I haven't decided.
All right. The first side of the Ferris wheel is like a giant top. This is awesome.
Oh, that's cool. That is cool. I'm starting to...
Oh, we're almost at the exact same place.
Look at us go. I am trying to keep up with you. I'm doing okay.
You're doing great. I feel like when I build with like my buddy Brett, he always builds sets so much faster than me. Like in live streams because I'm just always trying to engage with, what's going on in the live chat and all that.
Oh, totally.
And talking. It's so much easier for me to talk than it is to build.
Right. It's hard. Multitasking is really tough. Like, I'll get comments sometimes, like, after the stream, and I guess they aren't as familiar with, at least like how I conduct my live streams. And they're like, it took you 2 hours to build that? And I'm like, yeah, but we were hanging out. We were having fun. Like,
right.
We're having a good time.
Yeah. And it's like, do you want to spend money on Lego and then like have it go as fast as possible?
Right.
Or would it be nice to, have a little leisurely fun with it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't do. Say that again.
Oh, it's nice to just relax and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Way better.
I do not do speed build challenges at Lego conventions because that's exactly how I feel. I'm just like, I don't want the stress of having to do it fast. That's all Lego Masters was. It was like day after day of stressful speed building, and it was exhausting, and I don't really ever want to do it again. I will someday, like if I ever get invited to be on like a Lego Masters All-Stars or something, I will do it. But
yeah, it just seems so stressful. Like I wouldn't enjoy that. Like I don't know. I don't like being under stressful conditions. I just like to hang out, I like to have a good time. I don't want to be stressing, trying to build something and have it like crash halfway through, and then Will Arnett like changes the whole build and you're like, what's happening? It's like, no, I'm good. Don't want to do that.
Yeah. So Emily, how you doing on this challenge?
God. Nope.
Looks like you're struggling over here.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I would hear. It's like, you're not doing too hot, are you? No. Oh gosh. But yeah, I think I mentioned, so like we actually did audition for Lego Masters
Really?
for season 2. And I know like I made it I kind of compiled all the different audition tapes, and me and Ross did like a reaction video to them because it was just so bad. Like looking back, I'm like, I can't believe anyone watched this. Like it was just very embarrassing, I feel like. And so yeah, we kind of like reacted to it and then explained like, yeah, this is kind of why we thought this was funny. I know it wasn't, but this is why we thought this would be a good idea. And yeah, essentially like what happened was, I don't know, like a producer reached out and they're like, we love your stuff. You would be great. And I'm like, I've never built a MOC before. Why are you talking to me? But we were like, why not? We'll try it.
And you were trying out together, you and Ross?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it would have been so good. How far did you get? Can you say how far you got in the process? Like,
yeah, oh gosh, we went past like the initial like phone interview, and then there was like a producer interview, like an actual casting interview where they record you and have you say like cheesy stuff. So that was weird. And then they asked us to upload some MOCs to the Google Drive, and that was when we got ghosted. When they were like, oh, you guys can't do this. Okay, nope.
Womp womp.
But I mean, we definitely deserved it. Like we had no business trying, but I mean, it was fun. It was a good experience. I enjoyed it, and it makes for a fun story. So it was worth it.
Yeah, and if you're starting to build MOCs now, so who knows?
Season 3, here I come.
I've heard of a lot of people who applied for season 1, and didn't really get that far, or didn't get any traction, or like got really close, and then in the end weren't able to do it, and then actually ended up getting called back for season 2. So it can happen.
Yeah,
it can happen.
I feel like I would hate it. I don't know.
Yeah, you might.
Super stressful.
You might.
So while you were on Lego Masters, did you get a chance to chat with the judges at all? Like, are y'all friends now, or like how close are you with them?
I feel like I got closer to Will than I did to the judges, because the judges, like, they felt like they had to keep it so like professional, you know, like because they were judging and
Yeah.
because they already, you know, like Jamie and I had already met.
Oh, really?
And so, you know, they were like, they kind of came in with this speech where they're like, we know that the judges know some of you already. And because of that, we have to, you know, we have to have a really distinct, you know, isolation between the judges and you. And so we never saw the judges offset. We didn't talk to them offset. You know, and when they came around, they were really only giving us, you know, the feedback that you see. They would say more, you know, it's obvious it's edited down for the final edit, but they didn't really say, we didn't really talk, you know, outside of the type of communication that you see with them on set. But Will, you know, there was so much stuff. Will's job was just basically to walk around the entire time and try to, you know, create funny moments, you know, try to have funny interactions with the contestants.
Yeah.
And because we're like, I'm gonna leave in like 3 minutes. Is that cool?
Yeah, totally cool.
And then we'll make sure we can get on my stream.
Yeah, let me grab that link. But yeah, keep talking.
So, but Will spent so much time hanging out at our tables and just like horsing around with us that I felt like much more like kind of closer, if you want to use that word, to Will than to Amy and Jamie. I have a tremendous respect for Amy and Jamie, you know, for what they do. I'd say that my relationship with Amy and Jamie is like more professional. The first time I met Jamie, I was in Denmark on a job interview, basically, and I didn't get that job. And it wasn't him. It wasn't him, you know, selecting me, but selecting people like me. So it felt like my relationship with Jamie Bard's just a very kind of like professional type relationship.
Yeah. Let's see.
Sai is here. Hey, Sai.
Sai, what's going on? Okay, so I just pinned the comment. That is the link to the stream on Boone's channel that we're going to be on at, well, I guess it's easier to do it this way, in 15 minutes.
We will be there in 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
And if you're watching this in a replay, we're probably already there.
Come find us.
I don't think I'm going to finish this second hub before I pop off here.
Yeah, I think I'm at a pretty good stopping point within this bag, so I think that works out really well.
Cool.
So we can pop over there.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Emily, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much, Boone, for hanging out. And for those of y'all who missed it 30 seconds ago, we will be popping over to Boone's channel, which is linked down in the description and pinned as like a chat. So go click that link, hang out with us over there. It'll be starting pretty soon, 15 minutes or so. We're just going to take a quick little break between. And yeah, we're going to finish this Ferris wheel right over on Boone's channel right after this. So yeah.
Hit that like button. Subscribe to Emily.
Like and subscribe. Do it. So yeah, I'll see you guys over there pretty soon. Thanks so much again, Boone, for hanging out, and we'll be hanging out again in a few minutes.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Alrighty, everyone. See you soon.
Bye-bye.